Hey everyone, Caffeine Man here. Today we are going over the newest Monster flavor, and that Monster flavor is the Monster Reserve. Monster what? I don't know what it is. Well, hello again. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to stay informed on all things caffeine related, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I post new videos every Tuesday night and one on the weekends. And in today's video, we're going over Monster Reserve. What in the world is Monster Reserve? I didn't know what it was, and I still don't know what it is, but I have a can of it to review for you guys. And I want to give a shout out and a thank you to Cole. He is one of my subscribers. And if you couldn't guess, Cole actually works for Coke, was able to get me this product because he sent me a picture and said, Caffeine Man, have you heard of this? And I said, I don't know what that is. And I Googled it. I did some hardcore searches. I did a deep dive. I even went to the dark web. Yeah, I barely made it out alive, but no one on the dark web knew what this Monster Reserve was. So he said he was gonna send it to me to review. So thank you to Cole for sending me this drink to review. I'll be the first one to get to it because it's not even on the market yet. It should be there soon though. I mean, if they already have the sales samples out. And the flavor that it is actually watermelon flavor. And I'm actually gonna put a picture up here because there is also a white pineapple flavor. And Cole said that the white pineapple is delicious. I said, well, could you grab that one for me too? And when he went to go grab it, it was already gone. But he let me know it's delicious. So thanks for letting me know it's delicious and that I can't have it. So you guys are stuck with the Watermelon Reserve, but I'm sure you're more than happy to be stuck with that since you've never heard of this drink before. And I don't even know what to talk about because I usually research the drink a little bit and tell you about the drink. So why not just grab the can and just read it, try and get all the information we can off of it to see what this drink is. Here is the can, and we'll spend a little time looking at this can. I know you guys want to see it. You got the big Monster logo on there as usual. At the bottom though, you can see that word Reserve, and then underneath there, the flavor, watermelon. And you actually get the Monster logo on the side. I'm not sure if that's new or not with the new packaging that they've recently done. And then on the other side, you can see that it's a sales sample, so I don't sell this stuff. I'm not really sure I'm supposed to have this, but it is what it is. Now looking at the back of the can, that's where we're gonna get most of our information. And it's got 250 milligrams of sodium, 49 grams of carbs, oh my goodness, and that is from 46 grams of sugar. So we are getting a typical sweet drink from Monster. Their B vitamins all high, all above 240, 250, 260, and 400% of your daily value. That's what most of the Monsters are now. Zero fat and 190 calories. And when I look at the ingredients, I am not seeing anything different than the normal Monster ingredients that they have in here. And even when I look at the Monster Energy Blend, it looks like it's mostly the same stuff. I mean, I'll read it off to you. They got L-carnitine, caffeine, inositol, maltodextrin, glucose, and taurine, all in their regular line. And caffeine from all sources is 160 milligrams. So I'm not really sure what makes this different than the regular Monster cans, except that Monster doesn't have a watermelon flavor in their regular line that I know of. I'm not sure if you can call this their regular line since it's Reserve, but you know, they don't have a watermelon flavor. The only watermelon that they have is the watermelon in the Monster Ultra. So, you know, they know that some people like sugar, lots of sugar, so they're actually giving you a sugar option for your watermelon. But let's go ahead, let's taste this one out. I gotta move over here. And when I move over here, I see that I got my Caffeine Man fridge back there. Nice logo. I wonder who designed it. Nice stuff. But when we talk about the Caffeine Man fridge, I also let you know that you can save 10% off at Campus Protein. So if you're looking for any supplements or any energy drinks, you can always save 10% off your entire order when you use coupon code CaffeineMan10. They were out of stock on a lot of stuff, but they are starting to get stock back in on a lot of things. I heard that they just got back in stock the Fruity Pebbles protein. That was a big seller. I know I got some in my cabinet. I am not normally the type of person who has protein, but that Fruity Pebbles was just like, it was like having Fruity Pebbles. You know the milk at the bottom when you're done having your Fruity Pebbles, which you probably haven't had since you were a kid because you don't have sugar because you're smart. You drink that, and that's what it tastes like. But anyway, coupon code CaffeineMan10, Campus Protein. Let's taste out the Monster Reserve Watermelon. It's not a sugar-free drink, so they're gonna be giving you some color in there. Actually, that's mostly the pre-workouts and supplement companies that go clear. Monster likes to give you a bit of color, but got a red color, just like watermelon. When it comes to all the watermelons, 2020 was the year of the watermelon. A lot of them released. Now, it's carried over into 2021 because companies are still releasing a few watermelons. And definitely curious how this is gonna be because they did an amazing job with that Monster Ultra, especially with it being sugar-free. I'm curious what this is gonna be like. Since it has sugar in it, in theory, it should be a lot better. Let's taste it out. Monster Reserve. Not even on the market yet. Right, so they're giving you a high carbonation that Monster normally does. The sweetness with 40 grams of sugar, you know Monster is going to be giving you a sweet drink, as well as a little bit of sucralose in there, and whatever else they use to sweeten it, because they love giving you their sweet drinks. And for that flavor profile, I am going to go with the medium to high flavor profile, closing in on high, and I am definitely going to be going back in, because there's a lot going on here. I first started to sip it, and I was like, oh, this really isn't that good. I was expecting something a bit more powerful, but then it did really start giving you that high sweetness, and the watermelon was coming in. But the watermelon, it is not your typical watermelon flavor. Like I said, I've had a lot of watermelons, and this is not your typical watermelon flavor, and I started to not really like it that much. And that's when I made that little bit of a face. I couldn't hold back the face anymore. I kind of stopped and then started getting into the review, telling you what it is. But the aftertaste isn't that bad. And that's why I'm definitely gonna have to go back in. I'm gonna try honing in on some of the flavors. There was this flavor in there that I didn't really like, and I can't quite pick up on it, but it tasted almost like a lightly browned flavor. That's what came into my head, was brown. What do I mean by brown? What's brown taste like? But I was thinking of sort of almost like a burnt kind of flavor, or a smoky kind of flavor, but very, very light on that flavor. And then eventually that watermelon flavor starts to come in on the back end. And I would have to say that it actually seems like it is going the way of a natural watermelon flavor, which is bizarre because of how sweet it is. Normally the sweet watermelons are like a sweet candied watermelon flavor, and they give you sort of, it's almost like an artificial watermelon flavor. It's like the candied version of watermelon. Candied version watermelon usually doesn't taste much like watermelon, but somehow I think they're giving you a little bit of actual watermelon flavor in there. And we're gonna go back in, we're gonna try this last little bit to see what we get from it. Yeah, there is something off about that flavor. And the weird thing is, lots of weird things about the flavor, but it doesn't have that Monster flavor. If you like the Monster flavor, it doesn't have that. If you don't like the Monster flavor, well then you should be happy, because it doesn't taste like your normal Monsters. But like I said, there is this weird taste in there. And once that weird flavor starts to go away, you are starting to get this natural watermelon flavor. That flavor you get when you actually eat watermelon. Or I was actually on a cruise once, and they were actually, you had to get there early in the morning, because this stuff went like wildfire. It was always like, I would say sold out, but they don't sell it. It's included in the price. But they were doing like a watermelon puree. They were getting this watermelon, they were pureeing it down, and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a watermelon drink. I love watermelon drinks. I finally got it after like 3 days of trying to get up early in the morning to get it, and I drank it, and I was like, wow, this is not anything like I thought it would be. Because actual watermelon usually doesn't have a super ton of flavor to it, unless it's got that sweet watermelon, because it's mostly water. But then when you pulp it down and puree it and make it into an actual juice and you drink it, it's okay. I considered adding some sugar or Splenda to it to get a little bit sweeter, but then I thought that kind of defeated the purpose of having pure watermelon. But this is reminding me of that a little bit on the back end. On the front end, I'm getting this weird flavor that I don't really know how to explain. It's like they replaced the Monster flavor with some other flavor that I don't really like that much. So, where's it gonna be going on the Caffeine Man rating chart? As much as I'd love to give this brand new flavor that doesn't exist a great score to make you guys run out and buy it, I am not overly a fan of it, because that flavor is just not, there's something weird about it, and it is not your typical watermelon flavor. I would say if you like the natural watermelon flavor, you're gonna get that on the back end, but if you like the natural watermelon flavor, you're probably not gonna like the amount of sugar that's in this, because there's a lot. So on the Caffeine Man rating chart, I am gonna give this, it's tough to say. I'm gonna give this a 7.4. I think there are gonna be some people that like it. I think the Monster lovers who love everything Monster makes, they might like it because of the amount of sugar that's in there. And it does have that sweetness to it, but there's something about the flavor in general that I can't overcome. And it doesn't taste like your standard, stereotypical watermelon energy drink flavor. You're getting this weird taste in the middle there with the back end of a natural watermelon flavor. With any luck, Cole will be keeping an eye out for the white pineapple. And if I do get that flavor, I'll definitely get that review to you. If the white pineapple goes more towards a natural white pineapple with a lot of sugar in it, that actually does have a lot of promise, but we shall see. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. Also, I appreciate Cole for sending me the drink. Once it is released, I will probably buy it again just to try it to see if it tastes any different than the sales sample, because sometimes they send out the sales samples, or like the Ray's ambassadors, they send them out to them first, and then they might tweak it a little bit based on some feedback, but who knows. So until next time, have yourselves a great day or night.